Do you have allergies at all?
Do I? No, I don't think so.
I think I'm getting them this year.
Are you? Well, I guess this has been the worst year for everyone out here because of all the rain.
Absolutely. And I think also we've had Santa Ana conditions too. And
yeah.
People that don't normally have allergies, I think, are experiencing problems now.
But you know what? It might not be what's floating around in the air. It may be what we're eating. How about that? Huh?
Well.
And the reason... And we're going to explore this because Darrell Scanlon has found a few things that you might not know about food allergies. And let's walk over and say hi.
Hi, Darrell.
Good morning, Darrell.
How are you doing?
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Boy, look at this color. Whoa.
Gorgeous.
We're going to talk about food allergies.
How do you know if you have a food allergy?
Most people know because they have experienced the skin rashes, the hives, the headaches, and the sinus conditions that are symptoms that show that their immune system is having an adverse reaction to a specific food that they've eaten. What they don't know is that foods of the same family have the potential for causing negative reactions, and that there are 50 different foods. For example, if you are allergic to licorice, then peanuts will also cause a problem. So I'm going to show you today 4 of those 50 different food families, which are the most common.
I know we're not all physicians here, but can you tell me, is there a time lapse, I mean, a period of time that you should expect if you were going to have a reaction?
It depends on the person. If there's someone who is particularly sensitive, they'll produce a great many antibodies, and they'll have an extreme reaction quickly. If there's someone who is less sensitive, then the reaction may be delayed. It could be several hours, it could be the next morning.
It is so frightening, though, if you're with somebody and they know that, say, they're allergic to, say, shellfish, and they don't know that shellfish is in whatever they're eating.
Oh, right,
and suddenly their throat swells up and they can't breathe. Oh, it's so scary.
That's why it's important.
Their claws start to open.
Well, let's hope not too far.
Okay.
Let's start with the pea family. Remember, I talked about licorice and peanuts being a problem. They're all members of the pea family, as are all dried beans, alfalfa sprouts, and peas.
Well, I don't have anything nice to say about the pea family.
I heard that you don't like peas.
Oh, no. We make too much of this deal. Because I love licorice, and I like peanuts, and I like beans and legumes and stuff.
Then you're not allergic to this family.
No, I don't think I'm allergic to much of anything.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Next, the melon family. Now, most people would think when they hear the melon family, watermelon and cantaloupe, sure enough, but would they think about cucumber? Cucumbers, pumpkin seeds, and summer squash can also have a negative reaction if melons are a problem.
What about chocolate?
Honestly, what about chocolate?
I used to be allergic to chocolate and am no longer, at least I don't think so.
How'd you fix that up?
What's in the chocolate family? Oh, my mother said I would get so crabby. I was real little. Maybe it was just my disposition.
The only thing I remember, my mother said when I ate hamburger, I kicked at night. That's the only thing I remember.
The chemical substance, if you really want to know,
so
is theobromine in chocolate. That's a little technical. It's a special substance. Interestingly enough,
she knows her stuff, doesn't she?
She does, I know.
Kids who have allergies early in life will generally tend to outgrow them. But if you have an allergy later on as an adult, you're usually stuck with it for the rest of your life. So let's get
fascinating.
So that's the melon family. This is called the aster family, and it has common foods such as lettuce.
Do they have a dog? Is it the asters that have a dog?
Well, those New York melons, you know, there's something else. Well, I don't get it. And so,
but would you think that artichoke would, because they're genetically related, they're in the same plant family. So here we have artichoke, sunflower seeds, endive, and this happens to be tarragon. The spice tarragon could cause a negative reaction if artichokes are a problem.
Now, how many little families did you say there were? 50?
There are 50 in total.
Now, is this the total number in this particular group?
In this particular family. This is the aster family. Let's move on to the potato family. Potato, tomato, eggplant, peppers. All of those are related. And if you have a problem with potatoes, watch out for any of the other members.
Wow. Well, this will all be in newsletter number 226. We'll give you the whole 50 groupings.
We're going to do all 50.
No, not today. In the
newsletter. Now, there is a tremendous difference between food allergies, between food allergies and what we call an intolerance. An intolerance to food is a problem where you don't have enough of a specific enzyme that breaks down that food. The most common would be milk or wheat intolerance. For instance, if you have a problem with dairy products, milk, the problem is here that you do not break down the milk sugar. What is usually acceptable, if it's not too bad an intolerance, is that you can use yogurt or hard cheese because there's less milk sugar involved.
No, I've never heard that.
Yeah.
It's the lactose. You're missing the enzyme that breaks it down.
An intolerance rather than a major reaction.
With the allergies, it was the antibody reaction, the immune system. Now we're talking about an enzyme that our bodies don't make enough of.
And you can't buy this little enzyme somewhere?
You can in terms of milk, with the milk products. You can buy, here we have the enzyme right here. You can drop this into liquid milk, and in 24 hours it will break down all of the milk sugar. You can also take it in a capsule form. There are foods on the market such as soy moo. Here's the first non-fat soy moo.
Soy moo?
This is milk,
I love that.
milk made from soybeans. It's non-dairy. We also have Lactaid. We have soy cheese. Have you ever tried soy cheese?
No.
You want to
this stuff right there?
Here. There you go. Try
You know, I found
cheese.
some of that no-fat cheese the other day. Bought some, and it's darn good.
Do you like it? Isn't it good?
I do like it, yes.
I'm proud of you.
Oh.
Well done.
I pay attention to you, darling.
I'm glad.
It's a little gummy, but probably nice
for
on a hamburger or
someone
something.
who cannot tolerate any kind of cheese, it's at least a step in the right direction. It
make a nice grilled
improves
cheese
their
sandwich.
quality of life, yes. Okay. And I want to just add that tofu is also a high source of calcium, so if you can't have any dairy at all, tofu is a way to go. Now, wheat is in absolutely everything, so it becomes a real problem. But there are products on the market that are wheat-free. This is a brand new grain called spelt, which does not trigger the adverse reactions that wheat does. It's called spelt. We grow it in this country. It's very popular in Europe. It's new for us. Amaranth and corn are also cereals that are okay for someone who has a wheat intolerance. We have rice bread and rice products, which do not trigger, again, a wheat problem. Now, we have people with wheat...
I know you'd say the most important stuff for the last.
Pizza. People who can't eat wheat, pizza's out the door. Now, here we've got pizza made from the original whole rice crust. And it's a pizza made from rice crust. We've done it in two ways. Here we've got cheese on this one. We've got soy cheese on this one. I want you to try
What's out there?
rice
That looks
pizza.
like refried
This is a
beans.
tostada.
Oh, it is.
A rice tostada, rice crust tostada.
That looks delicious.
Well, I'm going to try a piece.
Which one do you want me to try?
I want you to try this one.
All right.
Okay.
Does this have that cheese that you can wrap around your telephone and across the living room and through the hallway?
This has it's still real cheese though. It's mozzarella.
Okay. Oh, it's an interesting crust. It's like getting the last piece of bread in a loaf of bread. You know? It's like getting the crust.
But it does not have any of the allergic reactions. So someone who has a wheat problem, this is the way to go.
All right. Thank you, Darla Lee. Very